A Formula One racing car has an initial displacement of 192 meters with an initial velocity of 24 meters per second. It accelerates for a period of 11 seconds in a straight line, so that its velocity v meters per second and displacement x meters are related by the equation. V of x is x over 8. We're asked to determine the acceleration a as a function of displacement x, i.e. determine a of x. Well, v is equal to x over 8. Remember that acceleration is the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Using the chain rule, we can write this as dv dx, dx dt. And remember that dx dt is velocity, so this is v dv dx. So v is x over 8, dv dx, differentiating this with respect to x, is 1/8. And so what we get is x over 64. And that would be in meters per second squared. We're now asked to determine the displacement x as a function of time. Well, we know that v is x over 8, and of course that's dx dt is equal to x over 8. So we can separate and integrate. The integral of 1 over x dx would be equal to the integral of 1/8 dt, giving us log x is equal to 1/8 t plus a constant. Now, we're told the initial displacement is 192, which means that x is 192 when t is 0. So log of 192 is equal to c. So that gives us log x is equal to 1/8 of t plus log 192. So log x take away log 192 is equal to 1/8 t. We don't really need the modulus around the 192. And we don't really need it around the x. X can't really be negative in this context. So we can have log of x over 192 is equal to 1/8 t. And so x over 192 is e to the 1/8 t. And then x is going to be 192 e to the 1/8 t. So we now want to calculate the top speed reached and the distance travelled during the 11-second period of acceleration. So we know that x is this, as found in the last part of the question. And so we can differentiate that and get that v is equal to 24 e to the 1/8 t. V of 0 we know is equal to 24. V of 11 will be the maximum velocity. So that's going to be 24 times e to the 1/8 times 11. And we just need to calculate that. Calculating that gives us 94.92 meters per second. And the distance travelled, we can get that by doing the integral from 0 to 11 of the modulus of v of t dt. So let's see what that gives us. And calculating that gives us 567.37. So that will be 567.37 meters.